Yeah, before he went to the Browns. And everybody had Mercer for the Browns for like 4 years. Joe Jervicius.
Kellen Winslow.
Hella people had Mercer.
So there was that call, and then of course the Raiders game. There were a couple controversial calls.
Battle at folded paperclip. Folded paper.
Which, by the way, Marquette came in a really funny.
His Instagram video was hilarious.
I was dying.
He literally, after the game was home, he sat there. He folded the paper in half, and there was space and air between it. And he just looks at the bottle, just poof, and just smacks it off the desk. And then they come back in the video the next day, and they're trying to fix a frame on the wall, and he uses the same thing, and he just snaps again. Honestly, that wasn't the first down, but based off the measurement, I think Dak technically got at the marker, but
I think if you know anything about the Raiders, you know that.
And the Cowboys,
the same way the Raiders get, the same way the Patriots get calls in their favor, the Raiders have always got calls against them, and they're notorious for falling out after those calls.
Oh yeah,
they all throughout history, whenever they have a call go against them, they just completely deflate. So even though
how you said deflate.
Even though the single call didn't cost them the game, their overall morale was kind of gone.
That defense was already tired. Let's be honest. That defense is functional to where it creates pressure with Khalil Mack.
Now, finally.
It stifles the run as much as it can. Sean Smith had 2 picks. I didn't believe it. I was like, somebody's lying. I was like, you're lying to me. I'm in an alternate universe. I'm in hell. When did I die and go to hell? When did I die and go to hell? Now people are just lying to my face that Sean Smith, with his 54 catch rating. By the way, if you don't know what a 54 catch rating is, it's pretty bad. I have better hands, honestly. But whatever. The fact that he had 2 picks and one was called back for, I guess there was holding.
No, he still got one, but it should have been a touchdown.
Pick 6, but they said for whatever reason it was a penalty or something.
No, they said he was down by contact, which he wasn't. But.
Yeah.
And then
best game of his Raider career, by the way.
To end the game, Derek Carr
and his infinite stupidity.
Which, by the way, I actually tweeted the play before because I actually saw it. It was there. It was there 2 plays in a row. They were getting all kinds of outside pressure, and the tackles were washing them upside. And they were getting no push in the middle. And I was like, Derek Carr needs to take off and run. And what did he do? The next play, he took off and run.
A Benny Hill movie.
Dove for the pylon and came up about 3 yards short.
I was like, why did you dive at that point? You should have ran in like you were going to, truck somebody.
It reminded me...
Jeff Heath hawked him from behind because that's what a safety should do.
It reminded me of the Dwight Howard dunk with the Superman where he just kind of threw it in there and it actually really wasn't a dunk, but he won the dunk contest.
Blake Griffin, too. Blake Griffin did that 3 times.
But the thing that made me upset was Derek Carr never even hit his full speed. And then all of a sudden he decided to jump for it. That's what was weird to me.
He was just trying to pass and there was no one open. I was like, what are you doing?
He was trying to pass.
Take off.
And then he took off. And then he was still running like he was going to slide. And then all of a sudden
he was running like he was going to throw because he still had his hand up like he was going to throw. I was like, bro, you're almost past the line.
Like he never hit the R trigger.
Never. Never hit turbo.
Bruh. And then all of a sudden he decided to jump for it and he came up 3 yards short.
When he took off, he didn't even tuck the ball properly.
That's what I was saying. He never ran.
He was still he was trying to run.
He's a 4'6", 4'7" guy.
He's not slow. A legit 4'6" guy.
He's not slow. He can run, but...
And he managed to get the first down, but then think that
he had a timeout. He had a timeout.
It was the 3-yard line?
Yeah.
That he was going to dive and make it. And instead, because that's kind of a stupid rule that if you fumble the ball out of the end zone, the offense, it's a touchback for the defense. That makes no sense. The ball should just be out where you were down.
Well, the other thing is if it fumbles forward, you can't advance the ball. So
he fumbled. The problem is he tried to get it to the pylon, but it fell out of his hand or he threw it. And... And that's a college rule. You can't just throw the ball at the pylon anymore. But he should have had enough firm grasp on the ball to know, you know what, let me just take this. Because Marshawn Lynch was averaging almost 5 yards a carry. Yet again, Marshawn Lynch doesn't get the ball inside of the 5-yard line. Where have you heard this story before?
It actually was longer than 5. It was like 15.
No, they were at the 10, and then they got to, like, was it 3rd and 3? And he got the first down on, like, the 3-yard line.
No, because they had a penalty to push them
But
out.
then
Remember they had a
it was on 3rd and 3
offensive
that
PI.
fumble happened. That's what I'm saying. It was like on 3rd and 3. Because he, I think he threw a pass and didn't really go anywhere. But, like, running the ball, they had a chance with Marshawn. Because he was getting, on those power, when they were running power, they were getting everything they wanted.
And finally,
He wasn't getting taken down at all when he got to the second level.
honestly, man, I don't have a problem with it.
It was time
I don't have a
left in the
problem
game.
for him going for it. It was just stupid and unnecessary. And if you're gonna
Ball
do it,
control.
you should have ran full speed from the beginning. If that was the plan to go for it,
Like, are you afraid?
it was kind of just half-assed.
It's like, don't be afraid to get hit, but stop trying to always make a play with your arm when your legs are perfectly fine, and because his indecision, he didn't know I don't think he really made a choice if he wanted to run or not.
That's what
He
I'm
was still
saying.
trying to
He never
pass.
sold out.
That's
and
why
ran.
Jeff Heath hawked him,
It never
pushed him in the
sold out.
back.
Final thing.
And Marshawn Lynch lost his mind, by the way. Marshawn Lynch is like my favorite person.
Actually, no, he didn't. He was actually
No, he
ran up and
lost his
supported
mind when the
Derek
ref called it a touchback for them.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, you see his dreads flying and him just being, they had to pull him back. They actually called a flag on him.
Yeah.
They threw a flag on him, but
Last thing. So Ryan Shazier got hurt a few weeks ago. We talked about it here on the show.
he made a Pro Bowl, by the way.
And he was actually seen at the aforementioned Patriots Steelers game.
In the press box.
In the press box, waving a terrible towel, and his pops was interviewed earlier this week and basically said he's doing really well. And they asked him if he was walking, and he said he couldn't really go into that, but he's doing really well. So props to him for doing well, not props to the NFL for using him as a PR boy. Is that
They
fair
used
to
him like
say?
they used Eric LeGrand. Who,
Is
by the way,
that fair to say? Like,
yeah, they used him as a sympathy vote. They used him like Rudy.
like why? Well, like I don't have why can't you just say that he's not walking or he's in the process of trying to walk again? Like what's like? We can't pretend like this doesn't happen in the game though. Like it's a part of the game, and like that doesn't mean it should, but it happens. And so for us to just kind of ignore it and be like, oh, that's disrespectful to all the other people that have had serious spinal injuries at all levels of the game. Regardless of how young and how talented Shazier is, it's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, being disabled is nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, but it's also they wanted to get good PR out of it that like, look, he's up and he's making a recovery. He's in the prime of his career. Like he's like probably the fastest linebacker in the league.
Who cares about that?
But that's the thing. They have to obtain a good image. Like they have to.
Who cares about that, man?
Yeah, of course. I'm right there with you. But people still want to see
plenty
him.
of other middle linebackers who will come in and play.
They don't run 4.37s and have 42-inch verticals, cover all of the field, and hit like a missile. Sorry. You're not replacing Ryan Shazier on that defense.
No, there's some that do that, but they just can't read a defense. Shout out to Darren Lee. All right, let's move on.
Darren Lee isn't even. Darren Lee isn't even as
ran a 4.3?
athletic. No, he ran a 4.4, a 4.48. Shazier ran like a 4.3, almost a 4.35. Somebody clocked him at a 4.35, but really he averaged out around a 4.37.
I'll fact check you, but all right, let's move on.
Go ahead, check his pro day.
So since we didn't get long rants last week, let's go ahead and do it this week. You want me to go first, or
You go first because I went first.
All right, so For those of you who have not gone and seen the Star Wars movie,
no spoilers.
You should probably listen to the Eminem album first and get that disappointment out of the way before you go and kill another part of your childhood. But yeah, I think it comes a point where you kind of grow up and you kind of not lose interest, but you see things in a different light. And while we all enjoy Star Wars because it does remind us of our childhood, we gotta accept the fact that it's not made for us anymore. And with Disney commodifying it and making it essentially the modern futuristic science fiction version of a princess, or I guess their answer to the Hunger Games. Whatever.
Don't disrespect Star Wars like that.
Whatever. Well, that's what. Let's call a spade a spade. That's what Disney Channel essentially did.
Spade, but no. That's what Ryan Johnson did, the director. But
anyways, fact of the matter is, it's still Star Wars. It's still great. It's still entertaining. It's still fun. It's still probably one of the best movies of the year. But is it culturally impactful? Are you going to leave away wanting more? Probably. Because much like the Eminem album, which also had great content, great message, and there's probably a lot of things that you like about it, you'll still leave wanting more. Go ahead, Kenny. We don't have a lot of time.
Alright, first things first. I gotta check that movie Bright on Netflix. It had really terrible reviews. But some people
Will Smith movie. Will Smith
Shut up.
Science fiction movie.
Shut up. Shut up right now. I'm getting tired of people slandering Will Smith.
Bro, Will Smith
he's not dope.
He hasn't had a good movie
After
since
Earth
7
sucked.
Pounds.
Everyone knows After Earth
He hasn't
sucked.
had a good movie since 7 Pounds.
First off, gonna back up there.
Bro, he had a big three.
We can argue this at another point.
He had I Am Legend. He had Pursuit of Happiness. He had 7
The
Pounds.
book's better
and
than
then
the movie.
He fell off the earth.
No, he didn't. That's disrespectful. Jaden Smith is gonna moonwalk up to you and then bitch slap you. I hope I'm there to see it. And then he's gonna make you buy his album. He's gonna make you go to the store and buy his album.
I hope no director is filming it because that would be trash too. Because
if Jaden Smith is directing him moonwalking and slapping you, it would be no. But if he's moonwalking up to you,
all right, you got
you,
like a minute on your rant, so hurry up.
Yeah, because you cut me off. But anyway, we're gonna table that for next week. Actually, no, because I'm going to Vegas.
All right, hurry up.
Bottom line is, Kobe's jersey retirement was dope.
Stop acting like he's dead.
People need to stop acting though like
stands.
Kobe.
Support his damn CC. Buy body armor. Buy Kobe's. He's not fucking
First
dead.
off, no one's buying Kobe's.
Follow him on social media.
Can we be honest? Kobe's shoes were trash most of his career.
Actually,
were they not?
weren't.
The slippers, those white disgusting ones.
Crazy 8s were dope.
A couple.
We know that.
But were you going to pay $187?
He completely changed the game with the low tops. There was no low tops.
How many dudes sprain their ankles wearing Kobe's that don't want to admit it?
How many people still wear Kobe's because they're the lightest shoe ever? Okay, hurry up.
You keep cutting me off.
You got 30 seconds.
Bottom line is, Kobe's not God, so y'all need to just lay off that. This Lakers team isn't as bad as everyone thinks. I'm going to Vegas on Sunday. Spending time with my grandma. I'm just going to say this. Spend time with people you care about during this holiday season. This is considered the most depressing time of the year. And not just because people listen to a lot of country music. Because country music is depressing. And the leading cause of suicide amongst all the music genres. More people kill themselves to country than anything else. Shout out to Boise State, USC. Hope they really beat Ohio State. And
this is a touchdown.
I'm trying to end this on a positive note.
My name's PD Camarillo.
Kenneth Berry.
iTunes, Google Play, Speaker, YouTube, SoundCloud.
Especially iTunes, please.
Twitter, Facebook, iHeartMedia.
He's Pete Certified. I'm Ozo Grande.
At TDs and Tangents. Troll us, subscribe us, like us, share us, eat good food.
Free Joe Budden.